All right, we're going.
All right, we're going.
We're going.
We're going. Okay, well, sorry, fellas, that we missed last week.
How do I full screen this? Where's the full screen button?
It should be that bottom right corner. Maybe. I can't see your screen,
Ah!
dude. Oh,
Oh boy.
I think you found it.
I think
Welcome
you found it.
to episode 4 of the Get Bombed podcast. I am William Crossland here. Thanks for joining the channel once again, along with Brian. We got the Don Phillips. Wait, Don Phillips. What am I? Don
What?
Henley.
Up those last
There
I'm
we
names.
go.
sorry. I'm
Don,
sorry.
we're brothers now.
I see
We're
these
brothers.
names.
Yay!
You were always brothers.
I found
got-
you have a brother.
We got Don Henley from the Eagles. We got Ryan Cole. We got Slurpee West Noodles there with the drink,
Oh boy.
and
Why do I
we're.
have
I don't know. You walked in with the noodles, and it all changed from there. And
Can we call you Slippy?
Slick Bill Byron.
Slick
I don't like that
Slick
nickname.
Billy B.
Slick Billy B.
Billy B.
I actually like that. That was good. We need something for William Byron.
I don't know
Too
if
many
that's
Williams
it,
in
though.
this world.
Meanwhile, Jimmy Johnson doesn't have a nickname besides how many championships he has.
He's old
Say-
7-timer.
They just
I'm
say
cool
old
with that.
7-timer.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I know you're cool with that. So, the order of the show, we wanted to briefly talk about Dover because we wanted to start with it because there isn't much to talk about with Dover. Because after Talladega, we kind of forgot all about it. The only thing of significance is Kyle Larson advanced into the round of 8 and finally broke that winless streak off that has been keeping him paranoid since 2017 when he was the king of the mile and a halfers. And it's really cool to see Kyle Larson win at the Monster Mile because
Yep.
you never really thought that was his kind of track. Then again, it kind of is because of the abrasiveness of the surface and the ability to run different grooves and things like that. Kind of appeals to his dirt side, maybe.
I mean, 2016, he was really close to breaking through.
Yeah.
That's where he almost won his first career Cup race.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Wouldn't have been Michigan.
that was a year before I started watching every race again.
Not gonna lie, I think Dover was the first track that Kyle Larson won that wasn't D-shaped.
Yeah, that
Because I think his
that
like
probably
career
is true.
Yeah,
have
good
come
point.
from Michigan, Montana, and Richmond.
Well, we have other good fun facts about Ryan Blaney coming up soon. That reminds me of that we discussed earlier.
Ooh.
But really, that's all I have for Dover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it looked pretty good. Okay.
It was kind of a boring race.
Well, we
Ta-
there's two accidents right at the beginning. Chase Elliott and Logano.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's old news now.
That was really weird.
Yeah, it was really weird, but
What can
It
you do about
happens.
it? I mean,
yeah,
and that deficit is still plaguing both of them
yeah.
in the final cutoff
Especially
race.
Especially Chase.
Yeah,
Especially
Chase is not good. Logano's in right now by like 20 points. But Blaney was one of those guys who also went out of the race at Dover.
Chase had that atrocity at Dover and then scored no playoff points at Talladega whatsoever, even though he stayed in the race with some semi-damaged race car. But yeah, and also Joey Logano. I tried not to play favorites with it and like not be like, I think I got my payback because the Joey incident happened first. And I was like, get bumped, and then Chase. I was like, then my driver gets the same treatment. I was like, oh man, karma hits you hard.
Karma.
Yeah. Anyway,
Your driver's Chase or Blaney?
oh, both.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good half and half. But Talladega, let's get started with it.
Nothing happened.
Absolutely nothing happened.
Nothing exciting.
Boring plate race.
It was another.
Do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about the trucks
I don't
first?
like plate races.
Oh yeah, the trucks are a story all their own because We haven't really talked too much about the trucks on this show yet, but I do love me some trucks racing when they come around.
Trucking.
As Rusty Walrus on YouTube would say, if you aren't watching the trucks, what are you watching? And he'll say that all the time. That's usually his Twitter bio. Shout out to Rusty Walrus.
I don't
But-
like the last lap call.
You don't like it?
No.
So
Icon
The-
Tour.
the story behind it was Johnny Sauter had the win, and he started doing a burnout and everything until he looked back at it and noticed that he tried to defend his position, which made him and the guy behind him go below that dreaded double yellow line, and ended up giving the win to the guy right behind them, which, what's his name again?
Boyd.
Spencer Boyd.
Spencer Boyd.
Boyd. Is it the 08?
No, 20.
20.
Oh, it's a 20. I see.
20.
That's how far away he was from a win, and look at that. 20. Spencer Boyd. First career win in the Truck Series.
He's a good guy. I've met him once or twice. He's a pretty good
Oh,
guy.
yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
At least
I-
Raleigh Herbst didn't win.
Yeah, I
Very
was kind of
true.
happy about that too.
Yeah,
Very
same
true.
here.
Did you meet him at... Hey, Brian, did you meet him at Miami? During
I think it was
championship week?
It was the 500. Daytona
Okay.
500
Okay.
earlier this year. It was quick, but I still got to talk to him for a little while.
That's cool. Yeah, it's nice with the Truck Series drivers, some of them
Yeah.
don't really have... That's like the lowest of the low of the national tour of like just a regular average Joe out there, that you can
Yeah.
just walk up and shake his hand and talk to him, And yeah, I appreciate that about that series a lot. Also, the trucks are really easy to get 3 wide at Talladega, pretty much a whole race long. That's one of the big differences between the trucks and the Cup cars at Talladega and Daytona as well.
What do you guys think about the call?
What do I?
I agree with it. I agree with the call.
Yeah, I mean the rules are the rules, and it's hard for me to have favorites in the Truck Series because I don't have many favorite drivers in the Truck Series at all.
Mhm.
So, biases aside, which are non-existent to begin with, I think NASCAR made the right call.
I think NASCAR finally decided that they were going to enforce the
Yeah,
getting pushed if you push someone under the yellow line, they're going to get penalized for it.
like
I mean-
a rule by NASCAR, whatever it is, however dumb it is, the only thing I ask is for them to be consistent with it.
I agree.
Don't
I
one
agree.
time do it, because that ruins the credibility of the sport, and they know it. Whenever one instance with the same call, you go one way, and the next time it happens, you go the other way just because of who it is, or what's at stake, or etc.
I disagree because of the situation. I don't think it's that it's who it is. I think it's that the situation is always different. I don't think any situation is the same thing. But what I saw on Friday on the truck race, I saw Johnny defend his spot, and I don't like Johnny that much, but I feel like he didn't gain anything by blocking below the yellow line.
I feel like that's something any driver would have done. It's kind of a reaction move,
Yeah.
But the broadcasters, were quick to support NASCAR's decision, of course, because they have to do that.
They have to, yeah.
But they were they were reminding the viewer now they talk about this in the drivers meeting before all this began. Sure, you can say all you want in the drivers meeting, but when it comes down to the end, your instincts are just going to take hold. And I hear you watching the end. In the background.
I'm trying to remember the
Truck race, yeah.
watching it.
What do you guys think of the no locking bumpers rule?
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
No, I don't like that.
But at the same time, I feel like they're doing that to save us, because if they could lock bumpers, I feel like the race would be a lot worse.
It probably would. There'd probably be a lot more big ones.
It'd be a lot of tandem drafting, and to be
Yeah.
honest, it's like
I'm not.
the thing is
for
that with the truck drivers, like the Cup drivers, can actually kind of prove they can tandem draft, and there's a reason NASCAR doesn't like the lower series tandem drafting. It's mostly because they suck at it.
And equipment costs from all those damages.
I mean, to be honest, do you want Brandon Jones tandem drafting?
No.
Because I sure as hell do not want Brandon Jones tandem drafting.
You seem very, very strong about this opinion.
With Kamikaze Games, there's one thing we really agree on, and that's how much we think Brandon Jones is a talentless driver.
Agreed.
A talentless pay driver, and that's it.
Yeah, I saw Kamikaze's 10 worst drivers video.
He's not wrong about any of them.
Good job, Kamikaze. That was a great video.
Good job. Good rant.
Yeah, and seems like we don't get too many rants anymore from Kamikaze as we should, But whenever he does come out of his shell, which he does.
It seems like it's a weekly basis.
Yeah, he's got that predicting each race with Nostradamus accuracy or something like that, with 100% accuracy. Where he plays like Mad Libs to see exactly what'll happen. Like he takes like last year's race review scenario, like what happened in last year's race, and like just changes the driver names and stuff. Really creative, but also simple. Okay, Cup Series, Talladega. Started on Sunday, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm off of work. I can watch this race. Boy, was I wrong. That's always
And then
wrong.
it got delayed till Monday, and it was like, oh yeah, I don't have to work.
And then Ryan was happy because then he can watch it.
I'll be honest, I was praying for that rain delay because I could watch the race.
Joke's on you, though. I was disposing vegetables with my phone right here, so I was watching it the whole time as well.
I mean, if you're not streaming the race while you're working, are you really a fan?
What are you doing, right?
It's very true. Yep.
I was in class from 1 to 2.
Oh boy, no.
So I missed.
Big sad.
I missed a bit of it because it started back up at 1, right? 1 Central.
Right
when
I clocked in. It started right when I clocked in at 1 p.m. Central.
No, I had class 2 to 3. So I missed like a middle chunk. I missed a middle chunk. I went to class right after that. There was a wreck.
Like the beginning of the most of stage 2.
Yeah, I think it was the Bowman Logano wreck that I had to go to class.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
Do you want to start off with the? Do you want to start
Wait. So quickly on Sunday, stage 1, William Byron took it, and then the rain came down.
Oh, Blaney spinning
on
the road.
That
was
Sunday,
cool.
That was
the winner.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Once I saw Blaney spin, I'm like, you know what? He might win this race.
I thought that too.
You really thought he was gonna win it after he spun?
Just because how Chase hit the wall.
Chase had to spin.
Yeah.
Chase had to spin and win. Martin Truex Jr. had to spin and win.
Yeah.
Lots of wins.
Whoever spins first at Homestead wins the championship.
If you spin,
I'd have problems in stage 1 or 2.
If you spin and don't damage your car, you are a sure shot this season.
There it is.
So I'm just wondering, where was this package during the spring race?
I don't know.
The spring
I feel like the drivers were more tame this year.
I think they were still.
Right?
Yeah. The spring race was won by Chase Elliott, but I remember that
it was
race
a caution.
Very tame, except for when the huge crash at the end.
The caution into the race. He went under. He didn't even get back to the line.
I mean, I don't know if it was like there was a threat of rain during the race or something, but the drivers were just full aggression for most of the race, even in the second stage.
Yeah.
This one, you mean?
This the fall
Talladega
race.
race.
Yeah. Fall Talladega.
Yeah.
The fall Talladega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we talk about the manufacturers?
Oh.
Yeah, that was weird,
That
man.
doesn't
I
scare
didn't-
me at all. I don't.
It was funny. It was kind of funny, but
I did
weird.
not like that.
I mean, if I
They were
was
doing
don't
it
like
earlier
those
this year, and they didn't seem to make a big deal about it. And then
It's just
this
This
race,
one was more intense.
they all turned
If I was
into
Jim France, I'd be
Corvette.
busting that as soon as I could.
Corvette and Camaro ZL1 salesmen all of a sudden. And they were at their interview spots.
I mean, the funny thing about the Chevrolets is that the way that they designed the nose on that, because Chevy's kind of dumb. They can't tandem draft.
No.
The other manufacturers can, but the Chevys can't lock bumpers.
Toyota can't.
Toyota did.
They
Like
kinda
Hamlin was
can.
shoving Newman.
Toyota can't. Wait a minute.
That's-
Let
they
me
said
look.
that
They said that on the
Let me look at a
broadcast.
Toyota bumper here.
But
The
like,
I mean,
Toyota, like the
Yeah, I
Toyota.
got diecast right here.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can
Can
see-
you
why
like
would Toyota-
move that to the front?
Donald, wait, who's
Can you move
diecast
that?
is it,
Can you move
Donald?
that like 90 degrees, like towards like front, facing the camera? There you go.
Okay,
Is it
yeah.
Denny, is it
See
Denny
right here?
Hamlin?
No,
Let-
it's,
let-
The Toyota is like curved, but it's not.
Oh
pointed.
God, put that away. That's disgusting.
It's okay.
Um,
All we need is the front of the
But
car.
that's the thing. That's like, and from what I've heard, that's mostly the problem with Chevrolet is that those
Why do you have that?
pointed front bumpers have been a lot of their problems.
Yeah, and they mentioned that on the broadcast as well.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's why they've been really bad since they released the Camaro. It's just the pointed bumpers are god awful for the
they won't have it on the next generation.
hopefully not.
So
Well,
what,
it's
what I
probably
thought was
Stupid
so,
if they did.
I thought they got what they deserved, which is like not even a top 5 finish, because that whole plan was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Chevrolet to wreck, and once
Which they did.
once Bowman decided to throw a block on Logano and take
That
out
was
half the field,
the worst block ever. I hated Bowman for
was
that.
a lot like the spring race, because isn't that when Kozlowski spun Bowman for doing that in practice? Wasn't
No,
that,
that
in the
was,
spring
Byron.
Talladega?
that was
was By-
Daytona July race.
That was the
And that was
Daytona
Byron.
July race. Okay.
Yeah, that was a
And-
practice session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
Byron.
that where they said he wasn't gonna lift, but it wasn't
was proud-
Kozlowski, but it was Bowman again.
I was proud of Alex for kind of taking full fault for what he did.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
His
Yeah, I-
spotter on Twitter, I saw his spotter was like mad
Yeah,
at him
the-
for taking. Did
blame,
you see that
yeah.
on Twitter, Brian?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan.
'Cause, like,
left.
given it. Oh wait, he
I'm
did.
I'm
here.
still here.
His face.
He's
was-
he's here
You
in
can't
spirit.
see- Oh, that's the logo you meant. I didn't know. That's a nice logo. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
okay.
on
Okay.
Twitter, and Bowman's spotter was
Yeah, I saw that.
yelling at him on Twitter because I'll see if
Yeah.
I can find the tweet. But
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, right.
curious.
Yeah, Ryan, your video's not here, but your audio is. We got your sweet logo,
It is nice.
personal logo,
Is that blue and orange or purple
like
and orange?
red and
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
Colorblind.
I thought it was black.
I see
I-
blue and orange.
Anyway, Bowman's spotter got mad. at
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
for apologizing.
He didn't like that Bowman took blame. Kevin Hamlin took blame for himself, saying that I guess he didn't know that the run was so strong, and he should have told Bowman to not block that at all. But
I
but
take
he
it off Twitter because I don't see it anymore.
Kevin Hamlin isn't the driver though. That was totally Bowman's fault. I feel like because he should have known that, at least judged that better.
Yeah, and like definitely given his before Dover the 2 weeks
Yeah,
behind Dover, like he needs to start like being a good guy, looking like a good guy, because he's like had dirt on himself
That's true.
past
Good
3
point.
weeks. You don't want to do another. Well, that guy got into me. I got dirt with this guy now.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the playoffs, you don't want to start making enemies with every single person who rubs you wrong.
when
All
I
right,
saw him
found
like
the Twitter drama. You guys want to hear the Twitter drama?
I do.
Absolutely.
So Kevin Hamlin said, "Everyone needs to get off Alex about that. It was my fault, not his. I told him to go to the bottom with a run coming. 100% on me." And then Alex Bowman replied, "Shut it. You don't hold the wheel."
Ooh.
Oh my.
Wait,
That's
so-
all he said.
He's still savage this week.
Yeah, I know. He had some attitude.
Wow.
he's pissing
Wow.
off with his own
He'll
team.
fight everybody.
Alex is savage, man.
I know it.
He takes no prisoners. Ryan, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, cool. You're still here. That's all right.
I'm in spirit. But yeah, I noticed
So go.
and to be honest, you can totally tell that Cup drivers don't know how to handle this. But the closing rates are way larger than they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Like 10
Man,
miles per hour.
I think next, like to be honest, we haven't had a true Daytona race because that got rain shortened. But we learned from like even the Daytona July race when I think it was Boyer and Dillon caused a huge crash.
Yep.
Just the closing rates are huge with these cars.
Yeah, definitely something to be addressed.
And that's good.
For
That will teach
2021.
drivers to stop throwing blocks.
All right.
All right.
You want to go on to the second big one?
Sure, why not? I mean, I forgot how many big ones there were, honestly.
There's
There's
3 or
three.
4.
This one I'm talking about is the one with Byron and Logano wrecking and causing that. It was like that was more what Ryan was talking about earlier with the Camaros with the pointed nose.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd Bowman hit?
Bowman hit hit the other Chevy cars because they were all nose to tail like dumbasses. Yeah, like that, like,
He took out all of Hendrick Motorsports and half of
Yeah.
Ganassi.
Half
Not
of
fully,
Ganassi
though.
being Kurt Busch.
Kyle Larson.
Half of Ganassi is
But
just
Kyle-
one car.
Oh yeah,
Larson's the one that got
Kyle
took out by
Larson. That's
Bowman's
right.
wreck.
That's right. I'm sorry, I got.
The rest of Hendrick and Ganassi got took out in the second big one. Or no. Hendrick got fully taken out in the second one, I think.
yeah, with Byron in the second one, yeah. But
Sorry.
Chase Elliott survived. Chase did survive it.
Yeah, Chase did survive. Okay, so what about the next big one?
That's my favorite one. That was the best one. That's the best one of the year. I love that one. I was such a big fan of it.
Which one is the Brendan Gaughan
That's
ballet?
the
That's
third
the
one.
third one.
The last
Third
one.
one.
Yeah.
Third and final one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the final one. Okay, because I was watching the end during my break.
That
But
was
I didn't-
great.
I didn't
Brendan-
watch his interview. Did he call out Stenhouse in it?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
he
he did. He did.
He
a little
said
bit.
during his interview, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm fine." And he watched the replay. He's like, "Oh, Ricky
Stenhouse.
caused that. Go figure."
Yeah, he said. He said
Oh,
Ricky.
no way.
Go figure.
He did say
No
it.
way.
I
He
remember
said-
that now.
Go figure.
Even the one time, even like the 2 time a year driver knows Ricky's a menace.
Yeah, when I was watching that race, like when Stenhouse was in the lead, I was like sitting
Yeah, I was worried about that.
nervously, and I'm like, Ricky's gonna wreck, and he's probably gonna kill someone. And you know
Oh
what?
no!
He almost did. So
So you think that the that record is Ricky's fault too for moving over a little bit?
no, he like almost ran into Kyle Busch. Like, there's no reason he should have been throwing a block like that.
Well, to hit Kyle Busch, that's why.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean-
weird.
Like, from watching the replay, he basically jerked up into Kyle Busch. Like, he was trying to side draft, but he veered over into Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch is like, if Kyle didn't move, Ricky was going to hit him. So, like, it's
I'll look at that again.
all Ricky's
I
fault.
don't know.
Like, in
I
my
Or any of these wrecks.
Well, and then Kurt Busch was pushing his Kyle too.
Yeah,
so that
I
didn't
thought
help either.
I think it was Kurt's fault. I don't think it was Ricky's
Yeah, I
fault
thought
at all.
it was the run that came up from behind it.
I gotta disagree with Ryan completely. I don't see that as Stenhouse's fault. I'm looking at the replay now,
and I might have a bias because I really hate Ricky Stenhouse, but
I really hate Kyle, so we both have biases here.
Both have
Or Ricky
issues to
Stenhouse,
address.
I think it's 50-50.
Because like, I'm.
You have a monitor above your monitor. What are you looking at?
I'm at my living room. I got a TV right in front of me.
Oh, I see. I see in your glasses. Okay.
Stenhouse, that's why I got my glasses. Stenhouse does move, but Kyle gets hit by Kurt behind him. I'll see 50-50. I can accept that. That's 50-50. Stenhouse and Kyle and Kurt. As far as whose fault
I mean-
was. Anyway, the best part of the wreck was Gaughan's flip. That was amazing.
That was so
That was
crazy.
incredible.
I love blowovers.
I'm so yeah.
yeah.
I'm so glad he's okay. But
Yeah.
Same. But
He's
we
like,
got so many good shots from that.
he's like, Mom, I'm okay. It's just the flip. Like Brendan Gaughan is from the era when flips were like on the daily, you know. So like
Yep.
every time you went to Talladega or Daytona. So he's
yeah,
not-
what I'm
he's not a pansy when it comes to flips.
I like how we had so many good shots of like the "This is Talladega" logo behind, like in the background with like Gaughan.
Oh, you know they're
flipping.
gonna use the heck
Yeah,
out of that in their
We're gonna be
promos next
seeing
year.
that for so many years
Oh,
to
yeah.
come.
surprised Gunn didn't land on Newman.
Same.
Yeah, no kidding.
Newman has no luck whatsoever at Talladega.
I really wanted Dibby to get through.
Same.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
did I.
He almost
Yep.
drove like right past it.
Yeah,
That's
Benedetto.
also why I was pissed off at Stenhouse, because he took out, like, him causing a wreck took out Benedetto from winning a race again.
Yeah, I know it. My whole
Like,
fantasy
even
team
Ralph
was taken
Cars
out,
and causing
so I
Matt
was just like,
Benedetto
I
to
want Dibby to win.
Have you already used all your Matt Benedetto in your NASCAR fantasy?
Actually, the picks
Team.
reset after
Yeah.
the fantasy.
Oh, they do?
The playoffs.
You,
So,
Playoffs.
you use NASCAR.com, right?
yeah, I just used the NASCAR one.
Yeah. Which leagues are you in?
I'm just in one with like my dad and some friends from
Okay.
home.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I
So-
had Divvy on my fantasy team.
Sucks.
There goes one use.
Yeah.
Okay. About Vendetto, that pizza scheme. That was awesome.
It was
Yeah,
nice.
Bar
It kinda,
stool,
schools. Yeah.
you know what? It
That-
kind of.
It was
Kinda-
that scheme, and it was the bacon flames from Amarola, which are both are really cool.
Yeah, those were nice. But the Benedetto scheme kind of reminded me of. Do you guys remember Terry Labonte's Cheez-It scheme?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
do
was like,
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, coming in your head now. I have it somewhere over here. It's like red and blue, but like I don't know, there's like that red and yellow mesh on the Benedetto's car just pulled my mind to Terry Labonte's like
I-
02 or 03 Cheez-It car
I was
with
It's
Kellogg's.
a wee little lad.
Yeah. I just noticed we're missing one Ryan. I just noticed that.
Oh, where'd Ryan go?
Oh, he's
Is it-
gone.
His internet like stopped or something.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
There
back.
he is.
He's back.
Hey,
Yay!
finger guns.
Man, should we just call this episode "Ryan Got Bumped"?
You know what? You just made the title.
That's it.
Congratulations.
Yay.
You're also the thumbnail. If I can find you.
Oh God!
You're welcome. Okay. So
The finish?
let's talk about go ahead and talk
Yeah,
about
the
the finish.
finish.
Ryan Newman, bless his
No,
heart.
Newman.
I wanted Newman to win it.
I
And
really
like
did.
Not.
I like Ryan Blaney, but I
Yeah, same.
Blaney.
I really
Same.
wanted I wanted Ryan Blaney to advance, have that safety.
Yeah.
But man, it would be so cool for Ryan Newman to win at
Not gonna
Talladega.
lie, when I saw Newman flying like through on the backstretch and like he was taking the lead,
Hamlin was pushing him.
yeah. When
Yeah,
I
he
was
was.
watching the broadcast, I was just like screaming, "Hello, Newman!"
Yeah. They're like, oh,
And then he
Newman's,
almost wrecked it, and I was like,
I-
"Ooh."
Newman's got to run.
up on that.
And then Dale G was like, "Oh, he's gonna crash!" And I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna crash!" And then he didn't crash. I'm like, "Oh wow, that just shows how much downforce
Yeah.
in these cars."
In turn 3, Rick Allen was already sideways.
Like if that's last year's
They weren't
play
though.
package, if that's last year's restricted play package, number one, Newman doesn't get a run like that.
Yeah.
Number two, he's going into like the fence with how much he got pushed out.
So what you're saying is major improvement.
I mean, I've kind of been
Sure.
saying it like all of this year. It's almost impossible to wreck these cars, like just from getting loose.
Yeah.
With how
So-
much downforce is on them, the only way that you're getting wrecked is if you get like a huge momentum changer.
Like a Camaro's back bumper.
Yeah.
Like
Talk,
Camaro back bumper, exactly.
before we get back to the finish though, like talking about that downforce issue, I just did some practice laps this morning on
Ooh.
iRacing Cup car at Kansas. It's flat out the whole way through.
Oh,
It's so weird.
I was
Disappointing.
playing Ep.4, and it's flat out through Atlanta too.
And like Auto Club, like flat out.
Well, Atlanta's close to flat out with new tires, like before they had
Yeah.
the
Okay.
But dude, I remember
package.
Cup car last year on iRacing at Kansas, and I couldn't drive it. I'm just bad. I sucked at the Cup car last year.
Yeah,
guess
that's
that means
that's like how anything above like the 550 horsepower. Every track, like at Darlington, they're flat out through 1 and 2.
So like, why does IndyCar with its downforce so queasy to drive, but whenever NASCAR has high downforce, is it because IndyCar kept all the horsepower and the
Well,
downforce?
IndyCar adds horsepower when they add downforce, they add horsepower. But when the super speedway car, I think only has around 550 horsepower, but the short track and road course car has almost 750 horsepower capable.
And then they got extras in the tank for push to pass.
Yeah, and they used to have like for the short ovals, they used to have like an in between. But this year, and you can tell this year by the IndyCar short oval package has been so much better, is that they upped the horsepower on it, so it has as much horsepower as the street course cars. And
Yeah,
that's
you
why
could feel
Iowa-
that. You could feel
Yeah.
that at Gateway.
That's why Iowa and Gateway were way better this year, is because they
So-
had more horsepower. I mean, they had the same amount of downforce, Because like IndyCar for the short ovals, they take away the top tier of the wing on the front and the back, so it takes away a little bit more. It takes away some downforce, but doesn't take it all away.
Yeah, the sounds from Gateway were music, like just nice.
I'm really excited for Richmond. They just did the first test for it today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and then last week we missed that they went to a road course. Yeah, Barber.
Yeah.
That was Padgett, right?
And they were able to test them in the rain. And good thing about the Indy Aero screens. I guess we're transitioning to IndyCar, by the way.
Just for a little bit, and then we'll get back to Talladega finish.
Like the IndyCar Aero.
sorry, weird segue.
The IndyCar Aero screens on the road courses with the rain have no problems, which is good.
Yeah, that's what they reported. He's like,
apparently Simon Pagino said it's better visibility than it was before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They wondered if they were going to need like windshield wipers or some kind of thing, or like a tear off, but
just slap the Rain-X on that bad boy.
Rain-X.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work. I think they're still going to have to put on tear-offs anyway, because when you're racing at like Indianapolis, I just know from this year after the 500, I walked through the garage area, and I saw Newgarden's car, and just the amount of rubber that's built up on that car.
Yeah, I was thinking marbles,
is just
rubber.
So they're definitely going to need tear-offs.
I still have that video you took of Newgarden's car after the 500.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't get the video.
I'll send it to you if you really want it.
put it in the group chat.
He can send it to you. We both have it. Exclusive access to Joseph Newgarden's shell. V plus nitro.
Yep.
Rubbered up car.
He went through inspection after the race.
I feel like Donald West and I should send each other videos and not include you two in it.
Well, maybe you should. Wouldn't bother me none.
I'll take pictures of my own tires and we'll send it like that.
Okay.
I'll bring it for the podcast. Send my tires.
Yeah, that's how it's good.
Hey, while we're talking about rubber, like tire rubber.
Wow.
Like I saved.
Talking about Talladega.
No, listen.
We'll get back to that.
When I walked on the track after we will. When I walked on track after the Grand Prix of Indy, I picked up some of the tire marbles.
Seriously?
And yeah, I still
That's
have.
awesome.
Yeah, I still have them
That's a
over
badass
here.
souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
after the
jealous.
Brickyard, I took one to Chase Elliott's lug nuts.
That's so
They
cool.
just hand those out though.
That might be
Yeah, they're
a
handling
federal
that.
crime.
Federal crime.
You don't take a man's lug nuts.
I want to name the Acetown lug nut.
Okay, back to Talladega finish. Let's go ahead and finish this.
Talladega.
Talladega, yeah. You're probably telling me to move along.
Here,
Talladega finish.
I'll start us off. This race had two of my favorite things in NASCAR, which are flips
Yeah.
and photo finishes with contact. I love it when they're bumping each other coming to the finish line.
Yeah.
I agree with.
You get the Ricky
that was
Craven,
awesome. I love
Ricky
that.
Craven, Kurt Busch vibes of banging each other up at the line.
I like that it was two Mustangs too. It was the same manufacturer.
Yeah.
So that's really cool for them.
So there's no advantage on the nose. You know,
Yeah.
you're both
It
equal.
wasn't a Chevrolet.
I was so heartbroken for Ryan Newman being that close, but he kind of laughed that off at the end. Apparently,
Yeah.
you know,
John.
just glad that he was that close. Anyway,
I
you
think he was laughing in pain.
know. But yeah, Ryan Blaney advancing himself to the round of 8, and he needed that. And the thing he did need that because I think he would have. I think he's going to have trouble at Kansas because I think he's a good driver. I think he's in one of the best teams in the sport, but they just the 12 camp has lacked the consistency.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't show.
They're off.
It doesn't show when you look at the playoff board. It doesn't show that they lack consistency, but they're always finding like bad luck and stuff. You know, compared to Brad and Joey.
Could be a money thing too. You never know.
You think more resources going to the other two?
I
Well,
can see
It's
it.
the same name.
Blaney really shipped the cut line because the cut line
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Byron was -9 for Blaney won. Because if Blaney didn't win, it would have been 9 points from 12th to 8th. Now it's like 27 points from 12th. It's Logano has an 18-point advantage on Bowman. So unless Logano has problems, he's pretty much set.
It's a must win for the drivers below the cut line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or they have to have good stage finishes,
And
and Logano
Logano.
can't get any stage points.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's the
think-
thing with stage points is that like if Logano has really bad first two stages, like he's really screwed.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
Bowman's gonna wreck Logano on lap 5?
Ooh. Get
I
some
wouldn't be surprised
revenge.
if that happened.
I would
I
not
think-
be happy with that.
I swore
I
that
wouldn't be.
Joey was going to do something really stupid at Talladega, but he didn't. I guess he didn't get a chance to. But I feel like if
Ricky Stenhouse's job.
but I feel like if he did get a chance to, he was going to do something crazy like Martinsville last year and just be a butt to get what he wants.
I mean,
But-
like that's kind of how it is in NASCAR now. You have to be
Yeah.
Aggressive like that.
Be
have to be mean.
aggressive. Be aggressive.
Aggressive goes
Aggressive goes around.
Echoes in here. So,
So
a couple things I want to say about Ryan Blaney's win that we mentioned in our Snapchat group was that one, this is the first track. This is Blaney's third career win in the Cup Series, I think.
Yeah, third.
Yeah, but it's his first win on an actual four-turn track.
on a track that has 4 turns.
Because he won at Pocono his
and
first
Roval.
race with Wood Brothers.
Yeah.
With his 3 turns. Won the Roval, which is like
12?
17?
17, yeah.
12,
17,
18,
I think.
17 turns. Yeah,
West knows.
and won it on the last one. But so it's finally that. But also an ironic thing at the finish that I pointed out was that Ryan Newman lost the second closest finish in Talladega history to his rookie team
Mhm.
and number.
Yeah.
Like losing to his former ride.
Yeah.
His
He
losing to his first ride.
was in the 12 and Team Penske before he
Yeah.
moved on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Feel bad for him.
Well, I mean, I don't feel bad for him because it's just weird history. That's all it was.
I think Ryan Newman deserves that after Bristol.
I agree.
Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Good point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very good point.
You got all that
Fair enough.
hate.
That's that from Matt Benno.
So-
Is this the first time 2 Ryans have finished 1-2?
Yeah, that was cool.
Might
Is
be.
it?
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even
they're
think
both
of that.
they're both named
That-
Ryan.
Not finishing 1 and 2, but definitely like side by like this kind of finish.
And if
Ryan's.
Ryan was there, he would have finished third. Yeah, we would have had a podium finish of Ryan's.
Wow.
Number
So
3 for Rossi.
isn't NASCAR's policy if you ain't first, you're
Yeah.
last?
Yeah, you are.
So here's my question: with the race like this that had this many big wrecks and this awesome finish, how could people still not like restricted plate racing? I feel like this gave us so much more to talk about.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's
I mean,
what I was
like-
gonna say, dude. Like, it just dragged on and on and on, and you had a red flag and a caution,
And then you had
caution.
to go to bed in between the stages.
Yeah.
I think Paul Tracy summed it up perfectly in a tweet, and he was like, "This Wreckfest is entertaining."
Yeah. I literally have it written down right here when we were going over the schedule. I just wrote down Wreckfest. Right there. It's not even about racing. It's just about surviving.
Yeah, that doesn't like
It's
it's
still
entertaining,
had-
but like it doesn't make at the same time it doesn't make it
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I felt like it was pretty fun
There was-
because
there
it still had a better finish
Yeah,
than most of the
definitely.
races we've had this year.
There was a
Just
little
re-
bit right before that last wreck where I was like, wow, this is actually like entertaining to watch. And then there was a
Nope.
wreck and I was like, this is why I don't watch this.
It's like the quality of racing at the restricted plate tracks has diminished because of the carnage
It's like it's
that's
exciting,
taking place.
but then like you get invested,
That's
and
that's
then
why I
it's
find
just
it
like,
more exciting. That's why I find it more exciting
But,
is that
like,
when the race gets
It's exciting, but then the wreck
good,
happens,
Yeah.
and
when
you're
it's
like,
three, yeah. So when the three wide all the way to the back, it's intense, and we'd
Yeah.
love to have that throughout the whole race, but we can't
well,
because
it's only
obviously,
intense because you know that
Yeah.
someone's about to.
yeah,
like,
because
I,
you know the whole race is about to get screwed over.
I think it
Yeah.
was what was it, 2006 during the fall Talladega race. Wally and BP in the NBC broadcast were like, BP, the hand grenade has been pulled. And Benny was like, we just don't know how short the fuse is. And
that's
that's
the
how
best
That's
definition.
how restrictor plate racing is. It's like as soon as the green flag flies, it's a hand grenade. You pull the fuse, and you're just
Yeah.
like sitting. And you're like, all right, who's gonna make me let go of this?
Thank you,
I've-
Wally Dallenbach. That's a great definition.
Yeah.
I've accepted this as part of NASCAR and as part of racing.
I have
and
too.
I still find it just as cool, if not better, than most racing that we see throughout the year.
I
Just
guess my
because it's so
Certainly
intense.
better than some races.
yeah. I guess
I'd
my
rather
only.
watch this than Kentucky or Texas.
I
Or
agree.
Dover.
I agree.
Or yeah.
Or Dover.
Because you don't want the dual races from Daytona a year ago or so, or like this year.
The single file stuff.
It was
I can
just
agree with
single
that.
file train, the
single-
choo-choo
I can
trains.
absolutely agree with that.
That's the thing
Yeah.
is that it's either that or it's just wrecks every time.
It's
like,
it's
15
one
months.
extreme or the other. We can't have
You
like
can't-
what.
There's not that.
I feel like
The
this,
only thing that's
this race was what we got, was what we're talking about right now. We barely had any single file. We did have a lot of pack racing. It was pretty intense too.
But how many cars didn't wreck?
Yeah,
Doesn't
like-
all
But that's cool.
yeah,
That's
how
cool.
much-
to me is that
Dude, like how much damage
I-
total?
I mean, like all the team. I'm surprised
Race cars should
owners
not
do
be
not protest
blamed.
this more because they lose so much money. Like
Yeah,
if you're a team owner, you lose money in a plate race every time. No questions asked.
yeah,
Nobody
they're
wins.
making money. They're
Nobody
making
went like no one in NASCAR except for like TV ratings wins on a plate race.
Well, maybe the smaller teams win because like they're holding back, like Go Fast, Premium. Like
I think the last team that really benefited from a restrictor plate race was Justin Haley because he got ranked out. That's the last time that the
I
team
think Corey.
left Daytona Talladega and made a profit.
I think Corey LaJoy finished 7th.
Yeah, he didn't have a single scratch
Yeah.
on his car.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you see, like, did
I
Corey
mean,
LaJoy
I'm
deserve
surprised
a
that we
top
haven't-
10 finish in that race?
Yes, he did. He
I think he
survived.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
made a-
he sat in the
he's-
back of the pack the whole race, and
Then
then
he
That's
gave
a
it back.
strategy.
That's what you have to do.
That's a strategy.
Yeah, but it's
Getting
not.
him sat in the back of the pack.
I
the
agree,
entire
it's not
race
racing.
in third.
More of a strategy.
Yeah, but that's just.
Tell me, Wes.
here.
Hold on, Wes. How did they used to race at Talladega? I want you to tell me.
I don't care how they used to race at Talladega.
Tell me, no, tell
I
me.
care about
I'm
how
trying
they
to
race
remember,
it
like,
now.
I'm asking you a question, Wes. How
Does
did they?
anyone remember in 2007 when Jeff Gordon sat in the back of the pack for the entire Talladega
Yeah,
race, and then he
It's
came
one
up and won the
strategy. It's part of the
race?
strategy. It's fun.
Yeah,
I
And
would
then,
do.
no, and then
How-
the week later, ESPN brought up an idea that was like, oh, that was pretty much the predecessor to stage racing.
Giving out
That was
points at a
one
certain
guy.
time.
Giving out
That
points
was
every
one guy.
25
That was
laps.
not. That was one guy who had a stupid idea. That was not.
That was
whole
Marty
ESPN.
Reed. So
That
it
was
was
Marty
a
Reed.
good idea, but
When I saw that, I did not like ESPN. I hated ESPN when they covered races.
I mean,
Just
to
because
be honest, as soon as they
Yeah.
got like Alan Bestwick, Alan in the booth, they were fine.
Yep, they were golden.
ESPN
They were
were-
golden as soon as they got AB in the booth.
Oh, Alan Bestwick. Okay, yeah, they were.
Having Alan, Dale Jarrett, and Andy Petrie were like a legendary crew.
What
They had,
happened? What happened between Alan Bestwick and like
NBC.
Where is he?
like ESPN in the '90s?
I thought Alan Bestwick
No,
was with MRN/TBS.
the IMS announcer.
Bob Jenkins.
Bob Jenkins, yeah. When Bob Jenkins was on ESPN NASCAR, who took the reins between him and AB?
Jerry Punch.
It was just Jerry Punch.
And then Marty
that's
Reed.
Right. Oh,
So that was the bad time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Jerry Punch was all right. He was just kind of like, he's kind of like Vince Wells, where he's kind of on his own.
Dr. Jerry Punch.
Dr. Jerry Punch.
Oh God, no.
I mean, I like
I hate
Dr.
that.
Jerry Punch, but then Marty Reed
Oh.
comes in.
Smelled that.
Oh my gosh!
Then Dr. Jerry punched it. Then Marty Reed comes in. He's like, "We got one lap to go at Charlotte." And it's like, "It's at Texas." And it's like, Ryan Blaney's gonna win at Kentucky. Oh wait, it's a white flag just came out. Oh man, not again.
Yeah, like
Also, speaking of like really bad things that happened in around 2010, is anyone gonna address that Donald's wearing a Danica double shirt?
I already did.
We already did
before we went live.
Yeah, before we did.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I got on clearance.
Yeah, Doctor Jerry
That makes
Jerry
sense.
Punch and Vince Welch. They're the class of
and Vince Welch.
yeah, but they're like really good pit reporters
Yeah,
and
But they're
like
not good at,
and like secondary good at actual commentating. Like
What?
they're golden. They're golden when they pit report.
at Texas.
He actually did you know
It's Watkins Glen, Marty.
did you know Vince Welch was the guest on the NASCAR YouTubers like the YouTuber podcast like last
Yeah.
week.
I mean,
That's
Vince
kinda
is fine.
cool.
It's just like he's like it's just his voice. Like he can't really control his
I mean,
how excited.
you know, it is what it is.
He's
I
fine.
got
You guys
faults in
want to
my
talk about
voice, you
iRacing?
know. Well, quickly, I wanted to go over the playoff standings. Just real quick. Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney locked in. Denny Hamlin third. Martin Truex Jr. fourth. Kyle Busch fifth. Kevin Harvick sixth. Brad Kay seventh. Joey Logano eighth. In the cutoff, Alex Bowman 18 back. Chase Elliott 22 back. Clint Boyer 24 back. William Byron 27 back.
If Boyer wins at his home track in Kansas and advances, the party is going to be amazing.
That is probably
Um,
the biggest
for him.
collaboration of alcohol you probably have ever seen. If Clint Boyer wins and advances at Kansas. My
I mean,
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
basically, looking at the playoff leaderboard, everyone inside the top six.
It's safe.
So Hamlin, Truex, Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick will pretty much be
Advance.
locked in after stage 2 if they stay ahead of
The four other
Keselowski and Logano. Because if you're like anyone else, you're racing Keselowski and Logano. So, because if someone in like bottom 4 wins, then you really just have to worry about the two Penske guys. It will be the two Penske guys battling each other on points because they just have to make sure the other 4 don't win.
Aren't
All
they
right.
aren't they separated by 2 points?
Yeah,
Keselowski and Logano, yeah.
yeah, and that can switch. That can switch in the first 2 stages easily.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And it would be very funny if Blaney was the only one to advance out of Team Penske to the round of 8.
Goodness.
Oh,
That'd be
that'd
so
be
hilarious.
embarrassing.
I don't
That'd be
think that's
funny.
going to happen unless Keselowski and Logano have a really bad run. And
But Ryan, if it did
Keselowski won the
happen,
spring race.
If
If it happens,
let's just
if it
dream for a
happens.
second, guys.
How funny
Keselowski
would
won the
that
spring
be?
race, though. I mean, I think Bowman has a really strong chance considering he almost won
Yeah.
the spring race.
Kansas.
But it's going to be at a different date, at a different time with the different package.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think- I don't think-
also the
We're
track.
never in the same
It's going to
package.
be October though, so the
Yeah.
track will be cool.
Different time, different
Very
package.
cool.
If
Yeah.
it's overcast, it's going to be just like the night spring race. I
Well,
think.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hopefully it rains and then it gets pushed back till night.
Okay, so real quick, picks for Kansas. Who we starting with? Okay, I'll start with me.
Picks to
I'll start with
advance or pick to win?
no picks
To win,
to
to win,
just
to win,
picks
to
to
win.
win at Kansas. I'm picking Alex Bowman.
That was gonna be mine.
I'm picking Alex Bowman as the reality win, but who I want to win is Chase Elliott.
I'll pick Chase Elliott.
I want him to advance.
I'll pick Chase.
He knows the circumstances. He's won there before. He knows how to get it done. If he doesn't win and he doesn't wreck out, he'll be a top 5 car. So I think they're gonna have it.
So
but-
you're picking Bowman.
I guess I'm picking Bowman. I feel like it's probably gonna give Chase good luck if I pick Bowman and don't pick Chase.
I'll pick Chase.
So yeah,
Brian
Alex
second
Bowman.
place.
you second with Chase.
I'm
Brian
yeah.
picking
Yep.
Chase
Yeah.
Okay,
Elliott.
Brian's picking Chase. Okay, Don.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Harvick.
Okay,
Not exciting, but
pretty neutral pick.
yeah.
I understand though, because he always comes out of nowhere. His streaks come out of nowhere.
But I will say, I think Chase will get in, and bold prediction time. I think one of the Gibbs guys will fall out due to
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
mechanical failure or something.
Kyle
It's got a feel.
Busch. Kyle
Kyle-
Busch. Let it
Kyle
happen.
Yes.
Busch.
Give
Yes.
in.
That
Yes.
would
Yes.
Yes,
That
give
would
in to the engine failure.
It's a bold prediction.
if Kyle Busch fell out of the playoffs, that would expose the whole playoff thing as
It would.
jacked
It would.
up.
I would love that.
You know,
I would love that.
I would
Expose him. Expose him.
That's something I want to talk about. I want to talk about that.
I don't think Kyle Busch is going to fall out from this.
He will. He will.
I mean, like, with how poorly Kyle Busch has been running in the playoffs
Exactly.
right now,
He
it kind of
should, but he's not going
exposes
to.
like this whole playoff point system, which I really kind of hate.
Exactly.
Will
I
show-
agree with that.
It has to be. The statement has to be made. We need one of these juggernauts to not make Miami, or not. Yeah,
That could happen in
Or
round
not-
8, but not
and
the
not
round
even
12.
make eight.
Yeah, round of 8 easily.
But Ryan, I can agree with that. Kyle's only finished 6th and 2nd.
I mean, like,
And
Kyle
the
Busch
rest
had
he's
more
crashed.
than Martin Truex Jr. because of
They
how
both
good
suck.
the regular season was. They don't have
Yeah.
to even do anything in the playoffs. Like, I
Yeah.
legitimately think they're all just R&Ding for Miami and getting ready.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for
the
sure.
first two rounds don't matter if you have enough playoff points.
If
Like,
you have
Kyle
40
Busch,
points, you're
Harvick, Martin
safe.
Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, those four, and maybe the Penske drivers, the first 6 races of the playoffs are just a wash. You don't need to really matter about them. You just need to make sure you don't have a really bad finish.
Yeah, just do okay, survive.
Speaking
I
of that,
think-
I'm taking MTJ to win Kansas.
Ooh.
the MTJ
Alright.
back at the mile and a halfs.
I'm gonna second
Wes-
Bowman.
Okay, thanks.
Ooh. Okay.
He's not running his Valvoline scheme, is he?
That'd be cool if he was. You know how I like
Yeah.
Valvoline.
Oh yeah.
I think
I
the
was, I was,
solution.
I was showing Wes before the show. I did indeed
Ooh,
get
nice.
the Alex Bowman
There it is.
Valvoline scheme.
Good
Slick car.
Yeah, I love it.
I think the solution to what Ryan was talking about was I don't think playoff points that are earned in the regular season should carry off into the second round. I think the first round I'm okay with that, but after the second and third rounds, I think whatever points you gain in the second round should be
I mean,
won in the
that's
in the first round.
That's how the playoffs used to be, and it's just like the win. Like as soon as you got to the second round, it was reset. Like it's clean slate. And to be honest, it should be a clean slate after the first round's over.
Yeah,
For
it's a good idea.
agree.
If you're going to get any playoff points, you should get playoff points. Like the only playoff points that you should get is from the previous round.
Right? Yeah.
And,
That's what, I agree with that.
you know, guys, I can see that being a option Phelps might be willing to actually annotate.
Yeah.
I mean, like
If something drastic happens this year or next year, like with a juggernaut falling before the round of 8, even though they're clearly one of the best in the series and they don't make it.
I don't know how the playoffs are going to do after 2021 when they probably are going to make that drastic schedule change, which most likely includes shortening it by a few races.
Yeah.
But
And ISM being a
I
finale.
mean, we'll see
Ma-
how.
We'll be saying making it to Phoenix.
Oh, speaking
Oh.
of
Uh,
one thing, I don't think we've talked about yet is the next gen car.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
dude, that was going to be like the whole
Oh,
point of the
yeah.
episode. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god,
I
the
wrote that
next
down.
Forgive?
generation
I feel
car.
like Talladega was the point of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
definitely.
But that
Gen
car.
Gen 7 news was last week, but yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
but
about it.
Yeah, that car.
I don't
next
see a
gen
big
car.
difference with it.
There's a lot of things they added.
Yeah, there are.
Let,
but-
let, let, the Ryan, let the Ryan speak.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
I mean, like you can see from the pictures, it pretty much looks like an improved version of the X3 that we've seen floating around.
Mhm.
Except they decided through that as Dale Jr. would say, big ass spoiler.
Big ass.
On the back. We got these giant ass spoilers on the back of the car.
Yeah.
And it's just like NASCAR, like, can we just get rid of the plexiglass? Like the rear spoiler, I'm fine with.
I
Just
think they
get-
do that so the drivers can look through their rear view
See.
mirror.
Well, yeah,
It's for
That
visibility.
big. I think that's
like
why
the
they
downforce
plexiglass.
shouldn't be high enough. Like you shouldn't have high enough
Yeah.
downforce where you need the plexiglass.
I said before, it kind of reminds me of the old 1970s Aero Wars, when who could create the faster car, and they started on the Plymouths making that huge Richard Petty spoiler.
But like the thing is with the next gen car is it has so many aerodynamic effects to it, which is funny because every other series is trying to get rid of dirty air. But apparently, though, from hearing from Austin Dillon when he was on Parker Kligerman's In the Wall, apparently the downforce is actually less than the car that they have right now.
I have a
Surprising.
Camaro ZL1 Hot Wheels car here that we got for free
Wow.
at IMS from some
Oh,
lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who did that with me? Who did that with me?
I mean,
It wasn't any of you guys, was it?
I
No.
don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
What do you
imagining.
mean? What do you mean?
Never mind. But the point is, I was talking about like the back here. What is this thing called?
The
The
diffuser.
effect.
Yeah.
The diffuser. Yeah.
How's that going to work with tandem driving?
We noticed a diffuser
From what
on the Gen 7.
From what I know of the diffuser is that it doesn't go past the rear bumper.
Okay.
So the diffuser actually is like short, but it's still a rear diffuser, so that's mostly to generate ground effects,
Yeah.
which is
it's
to suck the car into the ground.
Yeah, it creates a vacuum underneath.
Yeah.
And is nobody going to talk about the wheels?
I like
They
it.
look-
I
which
like
may
the
not-
wheels actually. They look
I
pretty.
love them.
I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure, like for the final design, they're going to go to a single lug nut.
Yeah.
I hope so. I actually do hope so. I like that they're finally like with really taking NASCAR into the actual next generation. Like
Yep.
getting away from using 70s style parts, you know, using 70s technology. Like we know we have a lot of history, but like
Yep.
it's time to make some new history. And I think
I have an idea.
Big Bill France would not want us to continue using the same things he saw in his lifetime. So,
I have an idea.
what's your idea, Noodles?
Instead of going to a single lug, they make an adapter for the air gun that takes out all 5 lug nuts
At
at once.
I'm gonna draw a concept art of this and show it next
That's the
episode.
answer. You don't need to get rid of lug nuts. You just need to change
Sir,
the way you take them off.
Do you get the meme of that guy going, why change to single lug nut when you can just have a gun that takes off all 5? Wait, but how do you put on 5 new ones? Do you have to
They
like
just have to stay in.
Get a wrench.
have a separate gun that has them
Yeah,
already in there?
If it goes to single lug, they have to get like the cross wrenches that are like
Yes.
in the back of your stock in the back of stock cars.
How you fix a flat?
Yeah. And they got to get the little bottle jacks too. They have to like twist. If we're
Oh,
going
no.
stock cars this generation, we're going stock, and you got to keep
We're-
it all in the trunk. The
We got
picture
Sirius
that's up in
XM in
the
there,
trunk.
man. It's stock.
So from
Only for
Austin
the
Dillon,
first month though, it's a free trial, and then no one wants to pay for it.
Only if you make the playoffs, you get to keep it. I love my Billy Joel radio. Don't take that away from me. Margaritaville. So I don't know if we mentioned, but we do all these episodes in the early morning, and now it's it's 1 a.m. in Florida.
1
and
a.m.
it's-
bro.
and it's
God.
mid.
I gotta
It's
wake up
mid-
at 6 a.m.
it's midnight
my-
here on the Central Time.
Get bumped after dark.
Yeah, get bumped after hours.
bumped.
Extra
Right,
hours.
after hours.
Extra hours.
Hey,
What's your desire?
Guys, look
So-
at the little schedule we have here. We're only through 2 of the topics.
Yeah. If we can get back towards the next gen car from Austin
Okay.
Dillon's interview,
What
this
is
is what I'm
schedule?
just speculating from everything that I've heard. It seems like number one, the chassis is spec. Because it seems like NASCAR gave the chassis to RCR and they prepared it. So RCR didn't build it. It's a spec chassis.
From
That's
Delara,
already
correct?
confirmed.
I don't know if it's 100 because I know Delara was like possibly working on it, but nothing's 100% confirmed yet. It also seems like they're using a composite body because when Austin Dillon had his interview with Parker Kligerman, He was saying that the car is a lot like quicker to react. So mostly sounds like there's a lot less weight with the car.
I don't see how you keep people away from cameras at Richmond. Like, how is there no footage of it?
I mean,
How did they close the doors?
Austin Dillon took pictures of the car.
I know, but like video footage of testing at
I'm
Richmond, like
surprised Richmond
people.
Raceway didn't post anything.
Yeah,
but,
dude, like people have drones. People live nearby in the Richmond community. I mean,
But from what Austin Dillon was saying is that like one of the issues they were addressing is getting rid of like stuff that would cut tires. So stuff cutting tires is basically the sheet metal from the
I
cars that
said
they
that
have
a
now.
few episodes ago.
yeah, that's been a huge problem in Gen
that's a
6.
huge indicator that the next gen car is going to have a flange fit body, so it's not going to cut tires.
Thank goodness.
Or just don't fire the tire wells like that.
Apparently, he said like, oh, they did like a 40-lap run, and the tire fall off was about the same. So that's, I guess,
Because
Well,
it seems like the most common
change the tire compounds too.
most common caution around like lately that aren't wrecks are usually a cut tire because of some kind of bent sheet metal
Mhm.
that's cutting the tire.
the car reacts very fast now, so that mostly means weight reduction. And it's also got like all these technology advancements, so that's good.
Oh, technology advancements. They just put that under one big bubble. Like, don't worry about it. It's all high tech stuff.
I
Real
mean,
cool.
I'm
You'll love it.
guessing another thing is that the back
No
of the
specifics.
car will finally have independent suspension on the rears of the car.
It has Bluetooth now. That's their advanced technology.
Oh.
It has Sirius XM.
I mean, they'll have like the digital dash and everything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they had the monocoque cockpit, similar to what German touring cars have right now.
Okay.
So
You think it'll whine on the inside, like touring cars?
I don't know. I mean, if anything, I'm kind of hoping that when the new engines come around, they'll kind of sound like the V8 supercars do now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Speaking of, the Bathurst went out
Bathurst.
this weekend, and
And
I watched a lot
Penske
of
set.
practice.
I didn't watch
Penske-
any of it. I wish I did.
Penske set the record. We never talk about V8 supercars, but Penske set like the record,
Yeah.
track record or something.
Scotty McLaughlin
Yeah, Pretty cool.
set the record for the fastest time around the mountain. Because I was watching the second practice or something like that, and Scotty, like at the end of the practice session, put on the fastest lap around the mountain during the practice. I was like, oh wow.
That's all I saw from the whole weekend. Did they race yet, or did they race?
Yeah, Scotty McLaughlin won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rossi and Hinchcliffe finished 19th.
That's
So
cool.
they finished.
At least they finished.
Yeah.
I mean, at least not
They
second.
get the at least you tried award. But to be honest, like for Rossi and Hinchcliffe, a V8 supercar is way different than anything they've ever driven.
Definitely, yeah.
Like you can tell Rossi's fine when he goes to a prototype, but that's because a prototype is almost like driving an open wheel car.
Okay.
Because it's very lightweight and aerodynamic, and a V8 supercar is not lightweight or aerodynamic at all.
Okay, so do you think we can do quick IndyCar silly season and then iRacing and then we'll be done? You think that's a good plan?
Sounds good.
Fine.
All right. IndyCar silly season continues with Marcus Ericsson, Chip Ganassi, picking him up and putting him in that third car, number 8, with a undeclared sponsor as of now.
Team Sweden.
Team
Yeah,
Sweden.
we got two Swedes. Two Swedes and a New Zealander on the Ganassi team. What if
The Swedish.
what if PewDiePie sponsored Marcus Ericsson?
Oh my gosh.
Biggest crossover
Dude,
ever.
you could get that like red swirly
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
in the delivery. That'd be
Not
good.
even a full season, just one
Yeah,
race.
just
If we could get
Yeah.
PewDiePie,
I mean,
on
you
Marcus
mostly have to
Ericsson.
have him pointing at something and saying, and that's a fact.
and that's a fact.
That's a fact.
And that's a fact. But yeah, I didn't think Marcus Eric. I mean, was Marcus like he was with Arrow this year, this past year?
Mhm.
I didn't
And,
like.
no, it's not.
I didn't think of him being somebody who would like move up. You know, like
I mean, he
I
was
didn't think he would
he
either.
was like driving at the level, or
he's
sometimes
a Formula One. He's a ex Formula One dude. So like,
he was
but,
he
like,
was
still.
driving at the level, or even better than Hinchcliffe. And I think he was gonna stay with Honda. I don't think he was gonna go to Chevrolet.
Yeah,
That's probably why.
he was.
think-
He definitely did outperform Hinchcliffe this season.
Apparently,
he'll-
Hinchcliffe though is like getting close to being declared as McLaren's driver, or
I
one
thought
of
he already was.
It's
I-
I don't think it's official yet, but it's really close to official.
Do you think Ericsson is the next Rossi?
I don't think so. I think Ericsson's good, but I don't think he's.
Yeah.
Rossi's his own special.
Yeah.
His own
This
special.
is coming from Ryan, though.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Rossi's like a old school throwback driver where he's just like elbows out. He'll punt someone out of the way, and he'll just like he'll drive by and tell people they're number one while he drives by. And he's like he won't apologize for anything. He's just like a classic old school IndyCar driver.
Yeah.
Like
Sounds
AJ
like it.
Foyt and Mario.
Mm-hmm.
iRacing?
Yeah, sure. There's
Was
really
there anything
nothing.
else with the IndyCar silly season? Because I don't think anyone else was announced for next
Really,
year.
no,
Yeah.
really
Nothing
nothing else that we haven't already talked about. Looking forward to whatever else comes out though in the next week. So iRacing, the Peak Antifreeze series in the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze series had their championship finale in Miami in the virtual world, and 17-year-old Zach Novak, which just became my Facebook friend, by the way, a while ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Won the thing, and his family was all there.
Yeah.
And you can see they showed it several times actually on like big NBC.
Yeah, I saw-
during
I
the
saw that
Talladega
video
race.
somewhere. And
Yeah,
it was
They-
weird
he
to
got-
see someone like in their like bedroom.
he's just a kid, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's just but like he's the amount of like the difference between me as like a Class A iRacer is like I don't practice at all and I barely race at all. But
He
this-
practices all the time. Yeah.
But when you look at Zach Novak, a guy like Zach Novak or Ray Alfala or Keegan Leahy or anybody like that, it's their job. Like they are with a real world race organization, and they are contracted to practice all these hours and just
They
they get people to make their setups just like in
That's
the
a-
real world.
have to wear the polos.
Yeah, they wear
Those-
the freaking
that was
polos.
They have spotters, all that stuff.
Spotters. They fine tune. Yeah, they do. And you can do that.
They do?
They
That's
yeah.
cool.
They fine tune every little detail and they get everything out of the car.
Yeah, picker.
It's no, picker's automated. But the crew chief, I'm pretty sure the crew chief can like help you choose all your pit options without you having to do anything.
Yeah, they'll
So-
take care of the whole strategy.
Yeah.
So what I loved about this was that they had it on NBCSN, which was awesome, and I loved the finish of it. The
I
finish was
love
great.
iRacing on network television.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
so cool.
Keep this going.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
if NBC is smart, they'll probably take some NASCAR America coverage. So they'll just put, if they're smart, like Thursday or no Tuesdays. Tuesdays just have to be like every other week is iRacing.
Honestly, honestly, I think putting it on NASCAR America is more of a test
test.
than anything else. It's like a test, like
Yeah.
to see if
Yeah.
we'll watch this.
Well, they've had that's the third time that they've had a race like an iRacing event on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did Las Vegas earlier.
They did
And their all-star race. Too.
they did
And
an
their
all-star race at Iowa and Rockingham.
Yeah, but I think that it's a good test for like, can we actually like make this a actual event on NBCSN?
Mhm.
Like the Peak Antifreeze gets a time slot on NBCSN.
That's really-
Speaking of, apparently Peak's not renewing
Peak's done.
sponsorship next year.
Peak-
Oh,
Peak's
really?
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peak's done. You're not going.
Of
You're not
of
coming
all
back.
time,
times to do
That's a
it.
bad
Exactly. Of all times,
of all times to back out of a sponsorship
Yeah.
deal.
That's so stupid.
Like,
They
this
just
is, like,
it's the worst. They're at the Peak Antifreeze series is at the height of its popularity.
Yeah.
Now
so far, yeah.
they hit the peak and now they're at the
I mean,
plummet.
what I don't want.
They reached the peak.
They already reached the peak. Who's gonna take it?
So it'll be
Okay.
interesting for that. I mean, to be honest, like they could probably just follow NASCAR sponsorship model for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
It'll
can
just
see
be
that.
the eNASCAR iRacing World Championship sponsored by.
presented by or sponsored by
Big
Menards.
machine vodka.
Big Machine. All those 17-year-olds on a Big Machine Vodka series. That makes sense.
If
Um,
so, if they don't, if this doesn't work out and they don't get far enough where they have like their own time slot, I'm still glad that this happened. That they had it on TV. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's like it'll be looked back in NASCAR history as another milestone. Like
Yeah.
the first time that a sim race, a professional sim race, was on national television. You know, it's like the way we look at 1979's Daytona 500 being on national broadcast. You know, same effect. I think in the
Yeah.
future.
Also,
Yeah.
I can't believe he won $40,000.
That's
from that.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know.
It's amazing.
It's a real, and he'll be at Miami.
I'll see him. I'll see
Collect
him.
him a check.
And they'll present the award to him and the check and everything.
Because this
Oh,
year the
that's
prize
awesome.
money, like it used to be, I think $10,000 to the champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to keep getting higher with
Yeah.
more interest.
Yeah.
Is there anything that went up to $100,000 for a sim racing world championship? It's just insane.
And it's kind of sad when sometimes the talent level and like the exciting to watch the races in iRacing are sometimes at those tracks are more interesting than the real life counterparts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
all
the action
all
on track.
NASCAR races have been more exciting than the Cup races this year. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Um,
also because all the cars are like the only difference is driver skill and setup, and that's it.
And
Like everyone is on equal equipment, basically, maybe except for better wheels. But everyone has the same like car. The cars are equal, basically. It's just who has a better setup and who's more talented.
You're saying that the Camaros are still pointy.
Yeah, they're still pointy.
yeah, so Zach Novak, if you ever get to the
Congrats,
point of this
Zach.
episode, if you even
Congrats,
watch
dude.
this thing,
That's awesome.
congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And you definitely you will get more championships if you keep at the level you're at right now with Roush.
Yeah.
So congratulations. And I just wanted to end on the note that I won my first 2 official iRacing
Good job, Brandon. Congratulations.
official races.
That's
First
awesome.
one was an Xfinity race, Talladega, and
A little dirty blocking, but
yeah, there is footage of that. I don't want to post that one. I'd rather post the other one because I got some well deserved bad mouthing from the guy. I gave a little love tap. But the second one was a cup race, and it actually went the way I would rather it go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, finally got those out of the way. I really never thought I'd win an official. It's so hard, man.
So that was a class A.
Everybody's
yeah.
good.
So that was class A win. How often do like they run class A races? Like all the time or?
Oh, it's like every 2 hours.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The different official races. Ryan, are you the one that has done iRacing in the past?
yeah,
Okay, so like,
I was only C class, I think. No, D class.
I want to get like I want to get into it just like when I actually have the money to do that.
yeah, dude.
Like,
if we definitely will be making a get bump team if we all if we can all get connected. Yeah.
You guys got like
that-
$5,000 for me to be able to get a new computer.
That's my question. Brandon, how much would it pay for you to put the Get Bump logo on the car?
Nothing. All I need is somebody to be able to design the. Can you, Ryan?
That's
Can you
Ryan.
please?
I just need the template from Trading Paints and.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to get that. But make me a car, please, for all my series. Basically everything I do.
Well, what manufacturer do you drive?
Huh?
What manufacturer do you drive?
Chevrolet. Sorry.
Yes.
Team orders.
Oiny.
But in the truck series, I drive the Tundra.
You drive a Toyota?
Yes,
Oh, you're in it.
I like the Tundra.
Yoders.
And have you won in
They don't-
the truck series?
No.
Ooh. Might
They don't
want
have-
to
they
switch to Chevys there.
They don't have Fords at all in the truck series yet in
Which is
iRacing.
crazy. There's only like 4 like in the actual truck series.
Yeah,
Really?
just Thor Sport. That's it.
Yeah, just Thorsport.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll get that.
I'm all
we'll,
good.
We'll get that paint set up. I'll
Yeah.
try to send you that template. But I guess that wraps up this episode.
It's a good episode.
Had
I like
plenty
it.
to talk about, and it's
Yeah.
1:13 for you, so we'll go ahead and get off of here.
Yeah.
All right, night, guys.
Yeah. So
Brian.
thank you for
Good night,
watching.
Brian.
Night.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Peace out.
Bye.